to St. John's Seminary up in Camarillo, so just north of Los Angeles, in I think it's Ventura County. The first time when they said no to me, the whole process felt like I was walking with big honking cement shoes on. It was just, the whole thing was dragging. The whole thing was physically and spiritually difficult. I met with Father Steve Callahan to begin to broach the subject with him. Now the bishop and Father Matt and Father Steve had talked behind the scenes. I met with him for coffee the day John Paul II died. So I think that was like March 23rd of 2005. I had an acceptance letter on my birthday on June 29th. April, May, 3 months. The whole process from, hey, maybe we should discern this, to I have an invitation to enter the seminary in the fall, was 3 months. And that, I mean, it was in no way, shape, or form even abbreviated. It just, the doors just opened. It was like, and it was a very different spiritual feeling. I mean, I actually, when I talk to people, more often with married couples, or couples that are marrying, when you're discerning your vocation, if the doors are opening, that's a great spiritual sign that there's a Holy Spirit dimension to this. If doors are closing and you're having to find windows to climb through or chimneys to climb up, take a step back, because you're getting a vibe that you're rushing. But maybe this is a right thing, but the Holy Spirit has a different timetable. Because I know, like for myself, I'm right where I should be. 10 years ordained. So seminary was tough. It's a lot like law school. It's a graduate degree program, so if you were to go to any Catholic institution that offers a master's in divinity for the layperson, you're probably looking at about 30 classes. So, you could take that over a year. So, and oftentimes those classes are 3 credits. You're going to end up with like a 90 credit total. The credit total is like 114. And sometimes the classes are like 1 credit classes. And those 1 credit classes, the instructors like treat it like it's like a 4 credit class. It's like, it's the only class you have. This is graduate level work. There's a lot of reading, and there was a lot of writing. I got pretty good at writing. Thank God for Microsoft Word, because it covered my spelling, and there were a couple of grammar programs that kind of helped me out, taught me how to use a semicolon. So that'd be the academics of it. The spiritual dimension of it, you're cloistered for 4 or 5 years. So you get an opportunity, or you should take advantage of the opportunity to try on various devotions. Most of us are too busy to get out and do a Stations of the Cross. To come over to the church and follow each sign and take a few moments meditating on each one. When you live in a facility where it's all there for you, you do have a little bit of time. You want to go spend some time in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Well, you just go downstairs and into the chapel. Now, the academics tend to undermine that because you're pretty busy. So a lot of, the excuses are kind of gone that, if you want to avail yourself to, like, you could go to confession every week. You have spiritual direction. You've got a priest on staff who's going to hold everything in confidence and kind of walk this journey with you. And you're thinking, like, is this what God's calling me to? Like, the entire time you're there, you're either being threatened of being kicked out, or you're kind of struggling with, should I stay in? I mean, not that that dominates anybody's life, but it's always in the back of your mind. Living in community, it's very much like being in a religious order. You're living in a cloister. At St. John's, you were wearing civilian clothes. The guys aren't in clerics there. But a lot of seminaries, they're in clerics, and there's morning prayer, evening prayer, night prayer, mass, meals. You have your community assignments, like, if you're you might be cleaning a bathroom, you might be, like, I did environment for a couple of years. So, like, me and a buddy of mine were our public job was to do all the environment. I was the sacristan for all the masses. So, it's community life. It's very different. And then you're back out, you're ordained, and you're back out in a parish somewhere, and you're going to start out, you're going to be the associate of somebody, and so then there's like one other priest in the house, and if you get along, great. If you don't get along, it's a little bit of a shock. Actually, as I was coming out of the seminary, I was feeling a little bit of anxiety, because not that I have anything against a posting in the Valley, but my Spanish is pretty weak, and I was really just kind of concerned that not really having my sea legs yet, like not really kind of having experienced what priesthood is actually about. I didn't want to start in the Valley. I was kind of like, give me a year and I'll work on my Spanish a little bit, and then you can send me wherever you want. I ended up back at my home parish. I mean, the rumor on the street was that I was going to Brawley, and I ended up back at St. Bridget. So it was actually, it was a very strange feeling, because June 29, 2005, I announced that I've been accepted to the program for priestly formation for the Diocese of San Diego. I turned my keys back into the office there, because I was a key holder, because I was involved in the music ministry and all sorts of stuff. Turn the keys back in, go off to seminary 5 years, get reassigned back there, pick the keys back up, and now I've got an office.